Booyah.
Hashtag release the Snyder Cut is trending, and now that stars like Gal Gadot and Ben Affleck are on board, it's time to figure out if we will finally get to see Zack Snyder's cut of Justice League and what it might look like right now on the Ketchup. In May 2017, Justice League director Zack Snyder, who also directed Man of Steel and Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, stepped down after the death of his daughter. So director Joss Whedon, who directed a couple of Avengers films for Marvel and was reportedly working on a Batgirl movie for Warner Brothers, took over. So Whedon's job was to cut the film's runtime and lighten things up with some humor after the poor reception of the very dark Batman v Superman. So that led to rewrites, reshoots, and lots of cutting. And the result was Justice League as we know it, coming in at a rotten 40% on the Tomatometer with an audience score of 72%. Toss in a disappointing global box office and Henry Cavill's CGI'd upper lip because he couldn't shave for the reshoots, and yeah, I think I'll stop at CGI upper lip.
I know you.
Right after the movie came out, fans created an online petition to release the Snyder Cut that gained nearly 200,000 signatures. And while that sentiment has stuck around, the movement was reignited recently when Jason Momoa reminded MTV News that he's seen the Snyder Cut. So that's what his show on Apple TV Plus is about. And this past Sunday, which was the second anniversary of the film's release, Gal Gadot, Ben Affleck, and Ray Fisher, who all starred in Justice League, tweeted out the hashtag release the Snyder Cut. And then Zack Snyder retweeted their post. Do we think they were just all together and were like, okay, let's burn up the internet right now? Who knows, but it worked.
Please don't make me do this.
As far as what we know about the Snyder Cut, along with it being way darker than the one we all saw, it's rumored to be 3.5 hours long, which is an hour and a half longer than the OG one, and obviously contains a bunch of additional scenes, backstories, and world-building elements. And Snyder said that Cyborg was supposed to be the heart of the movie, but much of his backstory was ultimately cut, as were the hearts of Zack Snyder fans around the world. And there's also a handful of characters that wound up on the cutting room floor, like the villain's Darkseid and his master torturer Desaad, scientist Ryan Choi, who becomes the Atom, Barry Allen's love interest Iris West, and the shape-shifting alien Martian Manhunter. On top of that, Willem Dafoe reportedly shot scenes that were cut, though we later met him in 2018's Aquaman, and Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor was supposed to have more screen time aside from his one post-credits appearance, and I'm realizing that this whole video is just becoming one big tease.
Shouldn't we have a league of our own?
So now that you're justifiably frustrated that we didn't get to see Snyder's intended vision for Justice League, the question now is, will we ever? Well, it would reportedly cost around $30 to $40 million in post-production costs to add in things like special effects and a soundtrack, and insiders told The Hollywood Reporter recently that there's nothing in the works at the moment. So, as Donnie Brasco would say, forget about it. But there's still hope because Gal and Ben still have working relationships with the studio and no doubt carry some clout. Plus, we're entering the age of the streaming wars, you guys, and what better way for Warner Brothers to make an impact with their new HBO Max streaming service than to drop the Snyder Cut? I mean, even sad Ben Affleck would smile about that. Maybe. So it is time to kick it over to you guys now. Do you have any interest in seeing the Snyder Cut? And do you think it'll ever come out? Let us know all your thoughts in the comments section. And for more DC news, head on over to RottenTomatoes.com. And good news, our first book, Rotten Movies We Love, is out right now. It celebrates 101 movies that are coming in green, but definitely worth checking out anyway. As always, thanks for watching The Ketchup. If you like this episode and you want to see more, subscribe and click that bell icon. I'm Naz Perez, and I'll see you guys next time.